Come in.
やあ、こんばんは。
Took you guys long enough. Oh, Sensei.
こんばんは。こんばんは。起こしてしまいましたか？
No, I actually got up a few minutes ago.
よかったです。
Coincidentally enough.
少しは顔色が良くなっているみたいだね。よかったよかった。
Yeah, he's back to Oishi levels of drained, not husk levels.
さあ、じゃあ中に入ろうじゃないか。
おいおい、人の家だぞ。
He tried to interject, but Adrienne walked on in without a care.
悪いね。妻はいつもあんな調子で。
It's fine.
ん？何か？
No, I mean... Oishi chuckled as I struggled to speak.
わかっているよ。僕は学校では女性と縁のない人物と思われているからね。
Bingo. But that same Oishi had an unexpectedly active marriage. It was also unexpected that he had such a bombshell of a daughter.
おーい、何してるのさ。早く早く。
ああ、
Please come in.
お邪魔します。いやー、しかし家庭訪問でもないのに生徒の家に行くっていうのはなんだか妙な感じがするもんだね。
You say that like this isn't the second time you're here. He seems casual. I knew he wasn't a bad teacher or anything, but his aloof nature probably had a lot to do with his lack of popularity.
なにのんきに笑ってるのよ。今日は真面目な話をするんだからね。
うん。
We sat down on the sofa. I sat next to Julie, and her parents sat opposite. It reminded me of a cliche scene involving myself asking for their daughter's hand in marriage.
大体のところは2人から聞いたよ。ゆりと牛尾くん。
Oops. Hang on a minute.
大体のところは2人から聞いたよ。ゆりと牛尾くん。付き合っているそうだね。
I mean, they did confess, so, you know, we looked at one another, then nodded simultaneously. Yes.
そうか。
I thought he would say something else, but nothing came. I asked a question to break the silence. So, is that okay?
何が？
I mean, that we're, gonna date. I suppose, with the premise of eventually being married.
ああ、いいんじゃないかな、そりゃ。お互いに好きなら。
Well, if it's gonna be like any other girl, you're gonna stop. You're gonna immediately gonna stop from calling each other fiance and you're just gonna keep calling each other husband and wife. Still so casual. The term boyfriend and girlfriend is like the last is something said rarely compared to husband and wife.
私も同意見だよ。ま、ゆうたくんはすでにちぎってしまっている。
Mostly in this visual novel.
だったらもう逃げられないわけだけどね。
しかし一応言うと、沼と付き合うのは結構大変だよ。
It's not? What do you mean? I pushed the conversation, half expecting it to take a sexual direction.
えらい嫉妬深いんだ。それが種族の特徴ということだからね。
Oh.
なんだか経験者が語るみたいな言い草だね。
Now that I thought about it, when Mikoto appeared, Adrienne was pretty jealous. Even though Mikoto was technically a ghost already, that was almost excessively possessive. Yeah, but she doesn't understand why cheating is a. She doesn't understand the whole. She doesn't understand why humans don't like cheating, though. You know. I wonder if Julia can be like that too. She was usually so docile, though.
まあだとしても今さら離れるつもりはないだろう。
Of course not.
一度ムマに見入られればきっとそうなるんだよね。
I could deny that, but that also wasn't everything. I thought her determination to help me before was attractive. And that reminds me, Sensei, when were you hiding why were you hiding the fact that you were married?
まあもともと異世界のことについてはあんまり口にするべきじゃないからね。
Wait. That you're married. Same thing. Oh, right.
あと
Well, she gave his wife a sidelong glance, I think. I couldn't exactly tell with his thick glasses.
アドリアーネが普通の服を着るのを嫌がるものだから人間のふりで紹介することも難しいんだ。
Oh,
何が普通だよ。ムマにとってはこれが普通なんだよ。
yeah, but you're in the human world, so think normal for humans. Or she just chuckled to himself. I bet this is how they were together normally.
さてでは本題だがユリ考えは改めたのかい？
I saw out of my peripheral vision that she looked resolved.
パパからも言ってやってよ。ずっとこの調子なんだ。
ああ、うん。まあ
He hardly seemed dependable in situations like this, but he leaned forward with a stern look.
ゆりちゃんが子供の頃からどういうことを言っていたか、それはパパもママも分かってるよ。でもやっぱり現実を直視してほしいんだ。ほら、以前は健康有料そのものだった牛尾くんだけど、
Yeah, you probably were too before you started getting drained by Adrienne.
今や一気に10も年を取ったような顔をしている。こんなことを続けていたら良くないってゆりちゃんも
God damn it.
それは
今や一気に10も年を取ったような顔をしている。こんなことを続けていたら良くないってゆりちゃんも分かっているはずだろ。
Can we strike some kind of good balance?
調整
Can't we?
さっきも言ったようにまずは練習を積まないと。
Oh, no, I mean, like the number of times.
ふん
Just saying that was guaranteed to make me blush, but it was extremely important I come out and say it. Leaving some time in between so I can recover. Then we can do this without me dying.
やりたい盛りの若い男女が本当に我慢できるのかね。
Why are you concerned about if he can keep his horniness down when she's the one who was initiating this the whole time? Unless she's staring at Julie.
パパはどう思う？
But like, she's saying that in response to what Yuta said. So she's referring to, she has to be referring to him. So it doesn't make sense. He's given it a lot of thought.
僕が結婚したのはもう20歳をいくつか過ぎていたけど、それでも毎日のように
Please don't give me the detailed answer.
冗談はそれくらいにしても、ゆうたくん、さっき言ったこともう忘れちゃったのかい？
Huh?
ゆりだって好きで追い詰めたわけじゃないんだよ。分かっていてなお好きな男を求めてしまう。
Yeah, it's kind of hot. I mean,
そういう佐賀が根本の要因じゃないか。
I knew she was right. I knew it, but
ゆりちゃん、心に決めた男子がいるんだったら、そろそろ覚悟を決めないと。
yeah, you need to cheat on him. Wait a minute.
そうそう。
Despite what her parents were telling her, Julie just cowered and held her shoulders as if to shield herself from the truth.
まったく本当に頑固なんだから。
牛尾くんからも言ってくれないか。
まったく本当に頑固なんだから。一体誰に似たのか。
But I...
ま、それは無理でしょう。だってゆうたくんも独占欲でいっぱいなわけだし。
まあそれはそうか。僕もね。
He trailed off and laughed weakly to himself.
当時は相当複雑な気持ちがしたもんだ。まあ実を言うとそれは今もなんだけどね。
それがどうしてもわからないのよね。
Adrian shrugged in an exaggerated manner.
私はムマとしてちょっとずつ正規をいただいているだけさ。けれどこの肉に。
Adrian pointed at her bust and continued.
自由に触れるのはずっとあんただけじゃないか。
まあね。
Bro. Well, she nodded, but looked depressed. I could sympathize being a human just like him. He'd noticed me looking and offered a subtle grin.
そりゃ愛しい旦那が自分がミイラになってもいいって言うならそうするけどね。
After his dry laugh, a silence fell over all of us. Adrian spoke first after a bit.
はあ、しょうがないね、本当に。どっちも分からず屋なんだから。多少顔色が良くなったとはいえ、ゆうたくんがまだ危険水域にいることは変わりない。ということで、当面は避難するしかないね。
Evacuate? What do you mean?
無魔界に戻るんだよ。
What? My face tightened and I was speechless. Adrian smiled to put me at ease.
別にずっとじゃないよ。ゆうたくんが回復するまでさ。
Yeah, so like a few days.
わかったね、ウリ。
Julie nodded feebly. But the mood shifted to one of finality, and I hurried to say my piece. But Julie's all used to going to school now, and it's fun going to school, right?
それは、はい。学校に通うのも初めての経験でしたから。
Well then...
こらこら、自分の命と楽しい学園生活とどっちが大切なのよ。
I couldn't easily answer that question, but being stubborn wouldn't help. I didn't want to die.
お互いが異世界に離れていれば、さすがのムマの能力も届かないからね。
I see.
牛尾くん、
Yes.
とろろだよ。
What? That's what I'm saying.
勢力の回復にはそれが一番だ。安いしうまいし喉越しもいいからつるっと食べられる。
Yeah, of course. Of course he knows. Okay, he's learned from experience. I got ready for him to say something important. I mean, I guess that was important. Yet it was very important. If I recover quickly, that means Julie can come back sooner.
その通り。
I understand. I'll do my best to make that happen.
じゃ、話はそれで終わりかな。私らは今からムマ界に帰るよ。
Damn, that was already?
うん。
ゆうたさん。
Julie latched onto my hand. It was small and warm.
すぐに戻ってきます。 ますから。
Well, it's not gonna take a year like Yorihime and Karen, so... Yeah.
それを決めるのはあんたじゃないよ。この際だからはっきり言っておくが、二人とも、これは問題の先送りに過ぎないよ。いつかは覚悟を決めないと、二人はパートナーとして一歩も進めやしないんだから。
Swelling with a sense of powerlessness and pity, I managed to nod with a straight face.
ほら。
Adrian pulled on Julie's arm, and they made their way up the slope back to the house. Julie turned back to me multiple times on the way up.
牛尾くん、体はだるいの？
No, not like before.
そう。僕のアパートも同じ町内にあるんだ。ちょっとそこまで歩かないか？
Because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be close? Why wouldn't it be close by? Okay. Everything is close by to Utah's.
いやー、それにしても自分の受け持ちの生徒が娘の結婚相手になるだなんて、なんだか奇遇だよね。
I don't want to think about it.
よーし、パパ内申書に色をつけちゃうぞーなんて。あはははは。牛尾くん、さっきも言ったことだけどさ。
Tororo, right? I should eat it.
いや、その話じゃなくてね。君の気持ちもわかるということだよ。
As he said that, Oishi, rather the father of my fiancée, looked up at the night sky.
さっきも言ったけど、僕も複雑な気持ちにさせられたからな。それこそ、心がおかしくなるほどに。でも、アドリアーネにはそういうこっちの気持ちは決して通じないんだ。それからすると、
Oops.
ゆりちゃんは確かに少し変わっている。
Yeah.
ともあれ、死んで花見がなるものか。だよ、牛尾くん。死んでしまえば結婚もできなかったわけだからね。
Well, yes, that's true. But that wasn't convincing enough for me to just give up. I was starting to doubt it. Even starting to doubt if I could ever compromise my feelings on the matter.
僕の場合、アドリアーネと出会った時には、すでに本人曰くの経験を積んでいる状態だった。
I already said this.
だから、嫌でも折り合いをつけるしかなかったわけだが、牛尾くんの場合、そうもいかないというのは想像がつくよ。でも、時間が解決してくれるさ。きっと。
He slapped me on the shoulder to ease my worry, but I couldn't back down without a fair fight. For her experience, how much would she have to get first?
さあ、無魔として成熟するには、この場合、能力の制御を覚えるということだけど、毎日数人の夢の中に入り込んで、早くても5年はかかるとか言っていたかな。
Yeah, that's not happening. Even if I could be her crash test dummy, it would take decades. And throughout, I would be on the brink of death. Even the husband of a fully matured succubus still looked like the Walking Dead. Considering that as well, it was unrealistic to think I could undertake such a heavy burden.
じゃあ、この辺で別れよう。歩くのも疲れるだろ。
Okay, good night.
それじゃ。
As I walked home alone, I remembered the time that Mikoto, Oishi, and Adrienne were all in my living room together. It came up that Oishi had some baggage. So you were carrying the loss of your girlfriend to sickness all this time? Adrian asked, and Oishi replied like this. Yeah, but as time went on, it became something more than that. Adrian didn't seem to know what he was talking about then. I knew then that it was his complex emotions toward his wife, his jealousy. We're not like succubi, in that we can't just purely chalk it up to a dream. The dream is so wildly different from a normal one. It was like another reality just beneath the thinly veiled surface of our own. She had also mentioned that it was enough to make him feel like he was going crazy. From the student's perspective, she was uncharismatic and seemed like a dull person. But maybe it's just because he's loved by a succubus and in love himself. Loved by a succubus and in love himself. So he does it with her until he's flirting with death itself. I looked up at the sky as Oishi had. And maybe I also had to come to grips with reality like he has. With a lonely smile. Death is the end, huh? Yeah, but if Julie has dream sex with another man, this is the worst round of the game. Ooh. I woke up feeling refreshed for the first time in ages. I took a long nap yesterday, but still slept deeply through the night. I couldn't objectively feel that my body was recovering. At least that was good. I could objectively feel that my body was recovering. Nice to have dry boxes again. I couldn't deny that a small part of me was hoping for a dirty dream, though. Talk about idiocy, craving something potentially deadly. I pulled myself out of bed and felt like I had tossed a pile of sandbags off my back. But I wasn't in tip-top shape just yet. I lost enough spiritual energy to take more than a day to recover. Morning. I entered the living room as usual, and my parents dashed over to me in silence.
Oh, 少しは良くなっているみたいだな。よかった。
本当、さすがは西原先生ね。
Yeah. Oh, right. I knew he played Sarah role in my improvement, but explaining it was too taxing of a chore. Also, too embarrassing of a chore. Relieved they took their seats at the table again.
今日は学校に行けそうなの?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm past the worst of it, according to the doctor.
結局何が原因だったんだ。思えば日ごとに顔色が悪くなっていったようだが。
Even the doctor was stumped. Whatever the cause is, I just need nutrient-rich food. That's what he said.
栄養か。まあ、それはそうだろうな。
Yeah, like tororo.
じゃあ、今晩は珍しくうなぎでも食べに行くか。
いいわよ。
Nice.
おはよう。
Morning.
風邪は良くなったの?
Yep, I'm great. Not.
ちょっとまだ顔色が悪いね。おはよう。おはよう。おはようございます。おはようです。ゆうたとゆうなにも連絡行ってるかしら。ゆりったら帰省してしまったのよ。帰省？ええ。詳しい事情はよくわからないのだけど。
Probably best that you don't. Maybe I should. I felt it was best to explain it to them. They were all close friends, and above all, they all had their own pacts with me. I knew it was best not to wait, so I explained the situation as we walked, so I had dream sex with her every night until I felt like I was dying. But it was her fault, you know. Although slightly disappointed, they were all happy for the two of us. After nullifying our pacts, easily done just by touching me, Lucy spoke up.
ということは、ユータの顔色が悪かったのは、ユリの旧姓のせいだったのね。
Yeah, well, actually...
あらまあ。
Everyone knew exactly what that entailed, so they all turned away in shyness. Although Karen and Luna obviously didn't fully grasp it, this is what I mean. These two are anomalies when it comes to when it comes to deciding which character is the most pure, because they are not on the same playing field. These two don't even know what sex is.
どうしたの？みんな急に赤い顔しちゃって。突然の発汗に発熱。謎な反応です。
It's hard to say Julie isn't the most pure girl, because she knows the most about it, and is still the most modest. I don't know how to explain it.
わからないならそれでいいわよ。
It's fine, they've already experienced it through their own routes.
なんだよ。まあ、ほどほどにしておいた方がいいわよ。
Yeah, that's why she went home.
ああ、そっか。そうした特殊な事情は置いておいても、ゆりちゃんには早く帰ってきてもらいたいですね。いないと、やっぱり寂しいですから。
Yeah.
授業にもくれちゃうし。
That's true, huh? Life at school paled in comparison to actually being alive. Adrian was definitely right in that sense. But for my girlfriend, or since we had the only remaining pact, was she technically my wife already? So this is what I'm saying. They don't call each other boyfriend and girlfriend. They just immediately go straight from fiancé to wife and husband and wife. I mean, makes sense, but they shouldn't be at the fiancé stage at the start of the game, you know? Even though they have pacts with him. Either way, I wanted Julie to be at school with me. I wanted it from the bottom of my heart. Everyone looked at me sympathetically, hearing my involuntary sigh. Homer started and Oishi mentioned Julie, slightly blushing himself.
ユリアさんですが、家庭の事情ということでしばらく祖国に戻ることになりました。
A bunch of students let out gasps of disbelief and surprise. What happened? A number of them jumped up from their seats in a flurry.
まあ家庭の事情ですので。
He's holding out on us. She, yes, as always. Hearing that sent me into a huff, and I smacked my hands on my desk. Just because he's the teacher doesn't mean he knows everything going on with her. The last part of my outburst fizzled out pathetically, but the initial smack on my desk seemed to have shut everyone up.
それでユリアさんですが、休学はそう長きには及びません。せいぜい 1,2 週間ということですので、皆さんも安心してください。さて、今日の連絡事項ですが。
How have I done that so many times? Hearing Julie was back in her home country instigated a mild panic throughout the class. That was proof that they had accepted her as one of their own. A faint warm feeling bloomed inside me. No, I think that's a byproduct of what Julie did to you for a week straight. Once Homer finished and Oishi left, Ikeda and the others came up to me. What was that about? You're shouting like that. Nothing. Do you owe her money or something? Why would you jump to that assumption? Can't you just assume I'm getting emotional? To think you were in love with Oishi. To think you were in love with Oishi, I'm so jealous I might vomit. What the... But, maybe this actually means there's a chance for me after all. A chance for what? I took care of business in the restroom and saw Oishi as I stepped out.
Ah, 牛尾くん。
Yes.
いやー、今朝はありがとね。いやはや、生徒にかばってもらうなんて初めてのことでさ。
Who would have guessed that we'd see Oishi more in Julie's route? I never would have, you know.
教師として嬉しかったな。うん。
Oh. I nodded ambiguously. It was more that I was standing up for my wife's dad rather than my teacher. I guess it didn't need explaining though.
ふんふんふん。僕は実は両党使いでね。
I didn't need to know that. You also didn't need to enable. No, I just. In my moment of confusion, he reached over and patted my ass. That's. Hang on a minute. My hair stood on end. Hang on. Just because there's a different relationship between Yuta and him doesn't mean he isn't still teacher and student.
冗談だよ。
The joke. It doesn't. Regardless of if it was a joke, I don't think you should slap a student's ass. Or, hang on. Patted. Even worse. I could sue for sexual harassment.
やん。
Excuse me? What kind of reaction is that? Why did gay guys gravitate toward me? Oh, now he's finally acknowledged the fact that Ando keeps making gay jokes, quote unquote. Yeah, definitely just jokes, guys, right? Right? I'm not gay, I swear. Only femboys. What? And then saw... No! I then saw Ando staring at us from afar with a blazing fire in his eyes. Oishi almost recoiled. Wait, is this where the story path splits? No, I don't want it to. Choose Oishi, choose Ando. Okay, this is
セーブするの？
the rare occasion where I have to see what both answers are, because unlike the other times, this does not relate to the character in the route that we've picked. So what the fuck is going to... Who's Oishi? No, this was out of the question. I freaked myself out, even considering it for a moment.
女子にモテる男子は大概男子にもモテるんだよね。
Is that the same with
ロードします。ロードするわね。
choosing Ando? No, this was out of the question. Okay, it's the same thing. I freaked myself out, even considering it for a moment.
女子にモテ
Okay, I already
る
heard you
男
say
子は
that.
大概男子にもモテるんだよね。
You're kidding, right? Usually it's the other way around, where a girl who is a girl popular with girls tends to have the same luck with guys. I'm talking about tomboys. People like tomboys now.
いや。
Stop. I mean, what are we even talking about? What are we even talking about? Just because just because you're his father-in-law doesn't mean you still aren't his teacher. Got it? You can't do this shit until he graduates, okay? Wait until then. You've got another year. You'll be in his class. You'll be his teacher. You'll be his homeroom teacher next year anyway. I guaranteed that from Yorihime's route. Ushio, are you okay? Did that weird pervert molest you in an obscene way? Don't... Okay, I wouldn't go that far. Who's the weird pervert? He grabbed both my hands with his... His hands felt soft and warm. Don't... Shut up. Now you're the one molesting me. What? 5:17. The worst part is that his name is Ando. What? Why does the fucking guy that always makes gay jokes to Yuta have to be the one named Ando? It could have been Ikeda. It could have been Kendo. It could have been literally any other name. It could have been an Ando with a U. It shouldn't have been the exact same fucking spelling as my nickname. That sign wasn't because my body wasn't quite back. Wouldn't quite get back to normal. It was just that life without Julie seemed boring. Bro, I don't... When it comes to when one of the girls leaves, Luna, it makes sense. Karen, it makes sense. Yorihime, it makes sense. Why? Because he spent an adequate amount of time where him missing them makes sense. But Julie... It's been like less than a month and he's like this. Sure, I guess you could chalk it up to, oh, it's because of the hangout events. But, like... No. It should make sense in the route, you know? Fuck, I didn't read that. The glass seemed more half empty than ever before. Just to check, I went over to Julie's house, still in my pajamas. I figured she would come see me immediately when she returned, but it was just to be sure. Nope, they're not here. Huh? Not here, huh?
そういえば最近ゆりちゃんはどうしたんだ？いないのか？
Oh, so you knew. My mom and dad both got home in the dead of night, so I figured they were oblivious to my daily happenings.
ここ最近帰りの時に明かりが見えないからな。以前はそんなことはなかったはずだが。
Yeah.
やっぱりいないのか。
Now that I thought about it, I hadn't even told them we decided to start dating. It wasn't normal to run to your parents shouting you got a girlfriend, but Julie wasn't. She was technically my wife. So also mentioning that she was temporarily back in her world, I brought them up to speed with minimal details. You don't talk about the dreams you've had with her.
そうか。おめでとさん。
おめでとう。
Especially because in those dreams, the parents know what's happening. Thanks. They just feign ignorance.
しかし、せっかく結ばれたなら、早く戻ってこられればいいな。
そうね。
Yeah. Texts or calls wouldn't reach the other world, so it was further than even your typical long-distance relationship. At any rate, I need to recover soon. I need to eat, sleep, and exercise. That's a first. Seconds, please.
トースト？お母さんもう時間ないから自分で焼きなさいな。
Okay, fine. I was on my own to school today. I texted you, John, a few minutes ago saying I was still eating. But that wasn't the only reason. Alright. I sucked myself up and took off running towards school. Yeah, this is his exercise. Morning.
ゆうくん。行っちゃった。
So, you didn't say to go on without him. He just gave them a head start.
時間はまだ大丈夫よね。なんで走っているのかしら。
Yeah, like at least wait for them to get to school before you start running.
さあ。
I don't know, you've gone to school enough times with them that you probably instinctively know how long it takes walking from there to the school. I had started running 2 days ago. Actually exercising outside of PE class was a first for me, but it was to get stronger. It's to get more stamina, you know. He's training for he's training to run a marathon, right? Right, guys? That's why he's running. It wasn't far, but running at a near sprint nearly took its toll. I knew half measures would be pointless, so I made it harder on myself. By doing what? I know running, but what else? Hob nom nom.
なんかすごい食欲だね。2人前も頼んじゃって。
Yeah, just like Karen.
ウッシーってそんな大食いな人だったっけ？
Nah, not really. Oh.
よーし、私も負けないぞ。追加でラーメンもらってこよう。対抗してどうするんだか。ウッシー、やけ食い？
I swallowed what I was chewing and answered. Stress? No. Why would I be?
だってゆりちゃんいなくなっちゃったからさ。
Oh, What? Why was she making the connection? Why was she making that connection all of a sudden? I hadn't even told anyone in class about us. They can infer. I tilted my head, but Lucy spoke up.
ああ、私たちから言ったのよ。ゆりとゆうたのこと。
Okay, that's probably the worst thing you could have done. Probably shouldn't tell the gossiper about him and Julie. That makes sense then.
せっかく彼氏彼女の関係になっても、ゆりちゃんは祖国だもんね。そりゃやけ食いもしたくなるよね。
No, he's bulking, okay? Well, yeah. There was no denying her statement, so I nodded.
あ、じゃあ、朝走っていたのも、気分をすっきりさせるためとかだったの？
If only they knew. If only they knew. Except that they do know. But they haven't put two and two together yet. No. I was about to explain why, but then a shadow fell over the table. Ushio! They're still at it. Give me a break. Their shouts rang through the cafeteria, bringing it to a standstill. Oh, what do you want? Nom nom nom. I kept stuffing my face, blatantly trying to ignore them. You bastard! What? He started foaming at the mouth. Oh no, okay, so I did have the perfect. Maybe I should have tried foaming at the mouth. I would have preferred he didn't gross me out while I was eating. Boss, are you okay? Ushio, we the gods. I'll run our lost legs thanks to you. Hey, don't look at me. Hey, look at me when I talk to you. Look at me. Don't ignore me. You're just repeating yourself. I motioned at Yu-chan and the others to escape while they were caught up in their silly performance. Once they were safely away, I turned to face the dorks. So what do you want? Like done with us? The boss shouted, his spit flying. Out with it already. I shouted back at them at the end of my rope. It's not your fault that Julie's back home, right? I mean, it's kind of her fault, really. What did you just say? We heard. It's just unbelievable, unthinkable. I can't do Arnold. Julie she's with you, you scumbag. But as soon as we heard, Julie disappeared. This is without a shadow of a doubt your fault. You did this. Here. Donk. I like the CS player. Crack. I like the drug. Clock. I like the never mind. Ow. You hit me. Yeah, that works. What the hell do you idiots know? Whoa, she blew a fuse. Well, those guys are the worst, you know. Idiots? We're Julie's Royal Guards! Yeah, you're probably the creepiest out of the Royal Guards. Especially when you comment on her smell when your headband is literally Julie smells amazing. I don't think you can get creepier. Still on about that. I don't approve of violence. Yeah, that works. Hey, what do you think you're doing? I was about to clean their clocks again. Their what? But the disciplinary teacher swooped in. Fighting, are we? I'll follow you to the disciplinary room. I'm not the bad guy here. Don't talk back. Hey, get on your feet. How long are you gonna lay there after one punch? Please treat us victims. Please treat us victims more delicately. Victims? The teacher laughed through his nose. It seemed like he grasped the situation well enough. Yeah, he was watching the whole time. That's why he commented on the one punch. He could have came over to me in the recess between 6th and 5th period. Flip it around. Hey, is it true that you got into a fight at lunch? Yeah, you know. I laughed in regret. I hated those guys, but losing my cool wasn't exactly mature of me. You should have waited until after school. And then, yeah. I was just anxious with Julie gone. I knew that. Well, you're right to give those guys a few whacks. For their own good. Yeah. I guess so. I felt better hearing my friend's support. Did the teacher lecture you? No, not really. Even if the whole school opposes you, I'll always be on your side, okay? I think what Yuta did made the school support him more. Or, I guess, oppose him less. I'm happy to hear that, but can you not hold my hand? Stand bow. Homeroom finished, and I pursued Oishi after he left the room. Excuse me? Sensei.
Hmm?
There's something I want to ask you. There's something I want to ask.
聞きたいこと？ああ、昼休みの喧嘩のことなら別にどうってことはないよ。
No, that's not. I mean, I could probably infer because Julie's your daughter, so any creeps after her, you'd probably like seeing get beat up. It doesn't concern that. Actually, I started to talk and saw that the hallway was starting to fill with students.
場所を変える？
Yeah, let's.
いやー、なんか屋上で二人っきりだなんて昔懐かしの怠慢みたいな感じだよね。あるいはあれかな、人目のないところでエッチとか。
Stop. No. She inquired suggestively. Maybe for a guy and a girl, yeah.
この前言わなかったかな。僕は両刀使いでさ。
You were joking, right? He's not on the same level as Ando. But it's kind of worse because he's a teacher. In the past, I had never really talked with him face to face much, so I didn't know. But this guy actually had a screw or two loose. You think? He has sex with a fucking succubus every day. To think he's gonna be my father-in-law.
で、聞きたいことというのは
The spirit energy that the succubi drain. How much does it relate to your stamina?
ん体力
I don't know why you're asking him. I don't think he works out much. So that Julie can return sooner. I've been running recently.
お、それはいいことだね。
So it has some effect.
適度に運動すると立ち方が変わる。なんて言うからね。うん。
That's not what he was asking. What?
年取ると角度がね。ただまあ、牛尾くんにはまだ関係のない話だったかな。
I don't think you're at that age either.
いや、これは実際大事なことなんだよ。
He noticed that I looked fed up with his jokes and turned it down.
無魔をめとるなら、実際のところそれが重要視されるんだ。セックスレスなんて許されないよ。
True. Even if Julie is the most modest succubus, the most pure succubus, and she doesn't have sex with Yuta every day, she'd probably still have dreams about it. You know?
アドリアーネの口癖なんて、男の価値は金や地位や顔じゃない、金玉だ。だからね。
I wish that was true. I figured that was just her personality coming through.
いやいや、それがムマの一般的な成功らしいよ。
Although I highly doubted Julie was like that. But despite that she differed from other succubi, when it came to sex, she was plenty aggressive.
おっと、僕は今から職員会議があるんだった。悪いけど、これで。
He left without really answering my concerns at all. Well, it's better than being a couch potato. At any rate, I knew I needed to do everything I could. I ran alone along the empty beach. I sank into the sand with each step, using more energy than on the street, but that was the goal. As I vigorously exercised, my head felt light, and my mind blank. Maybe this was a runner's high. But no sooner did my mind go blank, that other imagery filled the void. I swear to fuck. Naturally, memories of Julie, I swear to God. I just want to kiss her again. In reality, or in a dream. But if I had to choose, reality would make me happier. We were a couple, but we had only been able to kiss once. When we decided that. When we kissed. In retrospect, it was a pretty short time. Our lips just grazed, and only for a fleeting moment. But still, it left such a passionate mark on me. Her soft lips, her flowing warm breath. The pleasure sent shivers through my body. I just wanted to take Julie in my arms and squeeze her, and make it last. But my energy was sapped in the blink of an eye, and I couldn't realize that desire. I want her. I want her. Damn it. I felt the bulge of my shorts, and it got hard to run. I don't think an erection is going to change much. Since she's been gone, I've been thinking of nothing but sex. Maybe it really was because I was a virgin. But despite that, I knew essentially how it felt. Don't you dare. Okay, thank God. Phew. The night breeze soothed my sweaty body. After running, my body felt tired in a cozy way, but a part of my body was still burning. Stop thinking of sex. Just stop it. I tried to scold myself, but it was likely because I had been tired recently, combined with no sexual contact. Although in some way, that was proof that my body was recovering, so it was something to be happy about. But I wonder if Julie is having the same thoughts about me. I remembered what Adrienne had said. You should know how it feels. A virgin man should always be thinking of sex. A virgin girl is exactly the same, Kiki. Should I have said it in her voice? It's too late now. And that was one of the reasons she entered my dreams in the first place. Maybe it's as hard for her as it is for me. I just want to be with her again. Then this time, well, finally. And for that reason too, I needed to be fully recovered as soon as possible. I wasn't exactly in pain or ill, but I didn't like worrying people about me either. Okay, the grind continues tomorrow. I pumped myself up in the deserted night avenue. 5:20.
ゆうたさん。ゆうたさん、起きてください。ゆうたさん。
She's back, baby. What? You're back?
Hi.
Julie. I leapt out of bed and caught her in a tight embrace.
ゆうたさん。
I'm so glad. I've missed you so bad.
私も。
Julie put her arms around my back and snuggled up into me. I felt her voluminous chest pushing into me, and I started to feel cramped and tight. Oh dang, I'm really getting hard. Julie latched onto my body as if she would never let go. I wanted to throw her down on my bed and go at it, but I figured a more delicate approach was best. Just then, I flinched as my alarm started buzzing.
じゃあ私、お父様お母様にご挨拶してきますね。
Of course you did.
上から直接来てしまったので。
You always come in through the roof. Okay.
ゆうたさん。
She turned back to me in the doorway.
ただいま。
Welcome home. Yes! I shouted in glee and flopped on my bed like I was practically falling. I feared she would be gone for longer, so it was an incredible surprise. I breathed deeply through my nose, taking in the sweet scent of Julie's return. I think you're just smelling her perfume. Her pheromones, I mean. Morning.
おはよ
おはよ
Huh? Where's Julie?
う。え、ゆりちゃん？
う。ゆりちゃんがどうかした？
Both of them looked confused. No, huh? I couldn't find a good way to respond to their confusion, so I just took a seat at the table. Maybe she went to the restroom first. No, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anyone in there when I washed my face in the sink. I fucking knew it. Hmm?
Eh?
No, I hurriedly shook my head.
どうしたの？寝ぼけてるの？
My mom asked with concern, and a crooked smile was the best I could give. Reason being was that there was a slender finger running along my hardening shaft. God damn it.